What's going on, guys? We're back at the movie theater coming to see Art the Clown Part 3, The Terrifier. And apparently it's supposed to be like all the other ones. They're so crazy and gruesome. People leaving the theater. They said the first 10 minutes is crazy. So we got to see for ourselves. What do you think, Sandy? You think we can handle it?
Yep.
Think you're going to be crying?
You're going to be crying.
Think you're going to get a bag to throw up?
I'm going to have to hold you.
You got to hold me. No, you just want to hold me.
No.
Oh yeah, we are back. And now your mama knows.
And now your mama knows.
All right, let's see. Not many people in the building. Let's go.
Subscribe to the most epic channel on YouTube for live streams every week. Daily videos. Subscribe.
What's going on, guys? It's time to get into this review, and let's start off with the story. So the story is your typical Art the Clown. He's back. He's killing people, and that's pretty much the story. It's crazy zany. Some of it doesn't make sense, but it does make sense, but it's kind of like, wait, what? So it doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. They had some returning characters, the girl from the first one, and to be honest with you, the story is typically unmemorable, like it's just kind of like just gore and killing and violence. So I totally forgot everything I even seen in part one. I just was going into this, and I seen the trailer, but I guess I'm just watching the trailer like, I don't take it serious, so I just know I'm going to watch it. And I totally didn't remember anything from the last movie, but they did continue on to that, so that was pretty cool. So, you know, story was Art the Clown, so they didn't deviate at all. It was a continuation. It filled you in, so I'm going to give it 2 out of 3 kicks. Alright, guys, my expectation was... it was met. It didn't underperform. It didn't exceed it. It was just met. It was what I thought I would get out of Art the Clown. Nothing special. And, you know, watching it and remembering the last one, I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. So, to be honest with you, it just met it. I can't really jump for joy. Besides, I like, you know, how gory it was. They kept to that. And so, but it's Art the Clown. You've seen him do that in part 1 and part 2. So part, you know, it kept it the same. So I don't think I'm going to get too crazy with this one. Like, I want to give it 2 kicks, but I feel like it's the same old, so it should get 1 kick. But I mean, it was still, it met my expectations in a good way, not in a bad way. So I guess I will give it 2 out of 3 kicks. Now let's get into the entertainment. And the entertainment in this movie is where it shines if you like gore. Remember, this is a gore fest. It got Jason beat, Michael Myers beat, Freddy beat, you name it, Art the Clown, its thing is to be gory. Now the story, on the other hand, is very interesting. It's, you know, I can't spoil it. It's spoiler free. But the story is so crazy and over the top. It just adds on to the gore. It's literally like, I mean, you remember when they start making the whole thing with Jason had to eat hearts in order to like transport into a person's body? That was like, wait, what? Well, it's kind of something like this. And like crazy like that, right? So, you know, it's more than just Art the Clown just bashing people. It gets a little weird too, but it makes sense because it's part 3. So if you've seen them all, you kind of get it, right? So it's just entertaining if you like slashers. Like, he is definitely one of the new slashers. He carved his way into the hearts of people who like slasher movies, as he's up there. So now, before I never took it serious, part 1, I felt like it was like a cult classic. I didn't even watch it when it first came out. I watched it later on because people was like, oh, it's so violent. I'm like, all right, fine. And I'm like, okay. I left thinking, wow, this movie has some crazy kills. And then I seen part 2 because I already seen part 1, and it was just like, okay, let's see it anyways. Like, wow, this movie has some crazy kills. And then they throw the curveball in at you with the story. You're like, what did I just watch, right? So now I'm here again in part 3. I'm like, okay, cool. It looked like he's going to get a video game in 2025. You know what? Fine. Art the Clown, I can now bring him up when I talk about Jason and Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger. So, yeah, entertainment was great. It was what it needed to be. And for that, I'm going to give it 2 out of 3 kicks. Yes. Yes. Alright guys, this movie is a solid horror movie, a solid gore fest, a solid... It's just one of those movies that you would watch if you're into gore. First gore, then horror later. It's mainly gore over a horror movie. And it's weird, feel campy. It's what you need around this time, you know, Halloween. And so, overall, I'm gonna give it a 7. Like it's what we need right now. And if you're into gore, which I am, you know, it's a good movie. It's weird, especially the story, but it's what the story is, and they make it work, right? Especially by bringing back characters, right? That adds on to the story. So personally, yeah, it's gonna get a 7, and you know, it is what it is. So if you've seen part 1, part 2, I recommend you go see part 3. But don't see part 3 without seeing the other ones, because you're going to be like, what the hell? So with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and now your mama knows.
I'll make you famous.
Because I'm a cowboy! Oh, man!
And now, your mama knows.